Writer, and I'm so blessed to have you here with me live on YouTube this morning. So, I want to go over some really quick grants, over $100,000 worth of opportunities for women and minority owned businesses and also startups. So, if you are a startup, a woman entrepreneur, or a minority owned business, no matter what color you are, okay, as long as you meet the categories, you will qualify for these grants I'm about to introduce to you today. Now, before I get into this, let me teach you a little bit about grants, right? A little bit of education. Grants is debt-free money that we don't have to pay back. No credit checks and no personal information needed, like your date of birth or social. Put yourself in a mind frame of debt-free opportunities. These are people that you are going to be pitching to. You're going to express your service or product or your idea. And these are people that truly, genuinely want to give you free money just because you have an amazing idea. No credit checks and no repayments. So with credit applications, you have to have like good personal credit. You have to show proof that you're receiving income because you have to pay those loans and credit cards and stuff back. But with grants, you don't have to worry about them, paying them back and stuff. Another thing about grants is it's limited amounts of funding opportunities that you can take on. So you can apply to 1,000,000 grants a day, and they don't talk to each other like how loans and lines of credit do. Like with grants, you can apply to 100, 1,000,000, 1,000 grants a day, and you can get approved for hundreds and thousands of them on a daily basis without any penalties or fees against you, okay? Now, keep in mind that this is taxable income, so when it comes down time for you to file your business taxes, they do ask you, or your CPA should ask you, have you received any charitable gifts, rewards, or grants? Then you have to let them know how much you got in grant funding, okay? Now, these grants come from so many different entities like your state and local governments, from different private sectors in Fortune 500 companies like Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, Uber, and then also from these other private foundations like, nonprofit organizations that want to help out other small business owners like Hello Skip, Hello Alice, the Fearless Fund, and, Galaxy of the Stars. So there's so many different funding opportunities out here, and I want you to be educated and aware of these opportunities that you should take on. Hey friends, welcome in. I'm Superior Shelby, a 71% successful grant writer. I have helped over 800 small business owners, nonprofit organizations, tech innovators, churches, so many different places get debt-free grant opportunities, and I have actually gotten rich off of grants, and I have been able to live the life of my dreams, okay? Right now, I am doing a live stream for me, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. For y'all, it's probably early in the morning because I'm actually here in Nigeria, and a grant is what got me here. So if it can happen for me, this little black girl from Miami, it can definitely happen for you, okay? All right, so let's move forward. Now, before I get into this, what you need to have before we apply to grants, friend, is a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. Nobody's going to take you serious or your idea serious or really going to comprehend exactly what you are putting out there in the market unless you have a clear, thorough, professional document that outlines your mission, vision, values, what your service and product is, and why we should actually shop with you or use your new innovation, okay? Now, for those of you who are nonprofit organizations, you would actually create what's called a project pitch. So for each little project you decide to develop, whether it's like a back to school drive, toys for tots, or even if it's something like doing something for women, like breast cancer awareness month, well, then you need to create a project pitch so that way the investors, the sponsors, or the people who want to donate, they can have a clear understanding of what your mission is and what the whole entire purpose of you raising the money for this particular thing, right? So make sure you have those things before you decide to apply to grants. Now, let me show you some amazing grant opportunities that I've been able to scroll through out of my 140 something grant list. All right, I still have more grants that I need to slide through, but I'm bringing them to you on the daily as I go. All right, so make sure you like, subscribe, and share my video so that way you won't, and turn on the push notifications so that way you won't miss any of my videos. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here in the description for you all. I think it's already there, but I'll make sure I drop it here for y'all in the chat. Now, I upload free grant lists all the time on my blog, okay? So it's on medium.com /Superior Shelby. Now, if you signed up and you subscribe, you'll have free access to all of my grant lists and stuff, okay? So I'm actually going to put the link here in the chat for y'all, for those of you who are joining me live right now this morning on YouTube. And if you are watching this video, afterwards, friends, I'm going to put the link right down below in the description of this video, okay? All right, so don't even worry. So bear with me one moment. For those of you who are just coming in, I'm Superior Shelby, a 71% successful grant writer. And this morning, I'm going to introduce to you over $100,000 worth of amazing grant opportunities, okay? So you don't want to miss out on this. Let's keep it pushing. All right, one moment. All right, so as I'm dropping the link down there for y'all, okay, because it's loading. Once I introduce you guys to these amazing grants that I'm about to talk about, then I'm going to open up the floor for questions and answers. I opened up my live stream like the last 5 minutes because I want you guys to have the ability to ask me any questions regarding your grant writing journey, right? What is it like? What grants have you been applying to? What questions have been stopping you and have been making you like not want to take on the opportunity, things like that. So I want you all to be able to ask me any questions that you might have regarding grant writing, okay? All right, so here's the link. I just dropped it here in the chat for y'all. That is the actual link to the grants that we are talking about here right now, okay? And I'll make sure the link is in the chat, okay? Grant list. All right, there we go. All right, so the first grant I want to talk about, and obviously I'm going to show you the grant, okay? So the first grant I want to talk about is called the Sony Alpha Female Plus Grant, okay? So this grant is for women-owned entrepreneurs. Now, they've been giving out grants since April of 2024, but I haven't really been like talking about it because this is what you call a micro grant. A micro grant is a grant that starts around $200 and goes up to about $5,000, right? So this micro grant is where they are giving out 56 different grant opportunities on a weekly basis, and 56 of these 56 of y'all, right, of women-owned businesses will be able to get a $500 micro grant. Now, might not seem like $500 is not a lot right now, but towards the end of the year and the end of fiscal year, $500 is actually well needed. Towards the end of the year, if you have been a seasoned business owner, this is actually around the time that we see a lot of holiday specials for those subscriptions, softwares, and for those subscriptions and those softwares and services that we actually use as business owners. So that $500 can actually come and use to paying like a business bill or any type of reoccurring debt that we actually have as business owners. So don't sleep on the micro grants. They can pay a couple of bills here and now and there, especially during this holiday time when so many of us have families and we want to make sure we have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So there you have it. Now, let me show you this grant. All right, friend. This is what it looks like. You can visit alphauniverse.com. All right, hopefully you can see it up there, alphauniverse.com. All right, so it says there's no purchase necessary to enter the win, right? You must be 18 years or older. And then it says that this grant is intended for participants in the United States and Canada, all right, excluding Quebec. And then so you must be signed up for the Alpha Universe, Sony Alpha Universe. In order for you to do that, here's the actual steps. So it says entrant must be a member of the Sony Alpha Female Facebook group, which is really simple. Here's the link, friend. All right, go ahead and join the Facebook group. I'll copy it for you. Entrant must have an active PayPal account. Entrant must participate in a weekly contest posted every Monday in the Facebook group during the participation period. Okay, so they have like a whole list of like the different participation periods. Where we are right now, not 11/15. So their next one is going to be week 34. So it's going to be 11/18. I think is going to be the deadline date. I think that's how that works. And then they will most likely announce on the 27th. All right, you will get the money on the 27th. Let me actually like zoom this out so we can see the full chart. How about that, right? All right, so it says start date, end date, approximate judging date, and winning notification. So on the 27th of this month, Let me see. So the next one we have on the 11th, the 20th, and then the 27th, right? The 27th of this month, and then December 4th. So you can literally potentially win $500 to pay off some of that business debt towards the end of the year. That's a really great way to wrap up the year, okay? All right, so the judging criteria, this is how it works. All eligible entries for each weekly contest will be judged by Sony and its sole discretion based on the following criteria. Relevance to theme is 30%. Creativity and storytelling within the photo or the video that you upload. Technical mastery of the photo or video. And photo, video, caption, written story. Okay, so whatever the particular challenge is, all of that information is actually posted on their Facebook group. So the first step in order for you to be qualified for this $500, you need to join their Facebook group, okay? Remember, I actually talk about on my YouTube channel, don't sleep on those state and local or, those local opportunities, right? And I talk about using Facebook groups, right? Or Facebook, marketplace as a place where you can join different community groups of people that are in the industry that you want to get into. And believe it or not, those community groups, they actually give out their own grants as well. But we wouldn't really know about those particular grants because not everybody is a part of the trucking industry. Not everybody is a part of the food and beverage industry. Not everyone is trying to open up a daycare, right? So find that particular community group through Facebook, and believe it or not, they will give out grant opportunities as well, only to the ones or to the individuals who are actually joined in that community, all right? So don't sleep on those opportunities. Now, this one kind of guides you and is steering you in that direction. So I'm hoping that when you join the Sony Alpha Facebook group, I'm hoping that when you join, you actually decide to go ahead and search for different community groups in your industry that you want to get into, whether it's tech, healthcare, assistance, nonprofit organizations, no matter what, there will definitely be a community Facebook group for it, okay? All right, so that's one grant that you can apply to, okay? And I'll go ahead and put the link to the Facebook group for you here in the chat, so that way you can just go directly there and just sign yourself up just really quick, okay? When you access the Facebook group, most likely they will let you know what the contest will be, so go ahead and have at it, okay? All right, so the next grant I want to talk about is the Gusto Impact Award. So this is a $50,000 grant opportunity. $50,000 that you can get debt-free, no credit checks, no personal information needed, okay? Winner takes home $50,000. Now, this is how it works. Gusto is like ADP. It's like, it's like that payroll. It's a payroll system. So when you are developing your company and you're scaling, the number one thing that I hear from you guys in this consultation is, I want to get funding so I can hire more people for payroll. Well, Gusto is a payroll system. You can download this app just like ADP. You can also use this system and you can use their accountants. You can use them kind of like QuickBooks as well. Gusto is going to give you $40,000 in local advertising. And in addition to that, they will give you $10,000 cash, debt-free for a grant. And then you'll also get free payroll services for a year. This is the perfect grant for those of you who are looking to scale, okay? It says there's more 30 small businesses in each city will get a $500 US Visa gift card. That's super dope. So you got 150 bonus winners, okay? So 150 bonus winners. So I guess that means 150 small businesses get a chance at winning this amazing grant. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see how many people get this. The deadline date for this grant opportunity is November 20th, all right? And so the winners will be notified on December 9th, and then the celebration and grand prize will drop into your account between February and March of 2025, okay? Here's the qualifications for this particular grant opportunity. Your business must be located in the greater metropolitan areas of Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas or Fort Worth, Texas, Denver, Colorado, or Houston, Texas, or Miami, Florida, okay? You must have a business with 75 employees or less, and you must have a business that makes less than $7 million annually. You must have an active business for 1 year, okay? So this is not for startups. This is for my seasoned business owners who want to scale and you are actually looking to hire payroll. I've had more than enough, I mean hundreds of consultations just in this year alone with so many startups and even business owners who are looking to hire, right? Hire more people, hire people to do the job so that way they can focus on developing the company. This is the perfect one for you. If you've had your LLC for at least a year, right, an active LLC for a year, this is the grant that you can apply to. Must have an active website. You have to have a professional email. And you got to have internet access, okay, in order for this to work. So what that means is when you are an active business for at least 1 year, after 1 year of having your LLC, within 6 months, you should actually have a website. Having a website is very vital to your business foundation development because it serves as your piece of content. It serves as your piece of promotional material, right? So when you are out and about and you have your service or product and your new innovation idea, even if it's a new software, new app, you still need to have a landing page or some sort of website that people can directly go to, and learn more about your service, product, or your innovation. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now moving forward, let me show you this actual grant too, because the application is very straightforward. All right. The application is very simple and sweet. All right. You just select the metropolitan area you're located in, first and last name, your email address, your business name, how many employees, where your business is located, your business website, social media handles. Tell us your small business story. Is your business, what is your business entity, right? Is it a 501c3, which is nonprofit, LLC, or S Corp? How will winning impact your business? 300 words of you can use ChatGPT to help you out, okay? So this is Gusto. You can visit gusto.com/customer/impact award contest, okay? All right, super dope. Winner takes home 50K. All right, so let's move on to the next grant. The next grant I want to talk about is one for startups, okay? I love talking about startup grant opportunities because I know so many of you all are thinking about starting a new idea and you might be losing your sense of creativity. So I'm here to tell you, don't lose hope, don't lose faith, okay? Hold on to that dream and let's apply to these free money opportunities so that way you can have the money that you need to be able to chase your dreams, okay? So this next grant is through Zen Business. I've talked about this grant multiple times here in 2024, but I don't want you guys to end the year off without knowing about this particular grant opportunity. ZenBusiness.com. Zen Business actually helps us out with developing our companies, right? So Zen Business is a grant program, or Zen Business is actually a software or a website that helps us out with getting like our LLC, like our full business foundation set up, LLC, EIN, business website, email address, all of that. In addition to that, also business contracts. Now, if you are a startup and you do not have an LLC yet, use zenbusiness.com to get your LLC done so that way you can be in position for their $5,000 Zen Business Grant Program. In order for you to qualify for the Zen Business $5,000 grant program, you have to use their services to develop your company. So for all of my startups out there and you don't have an LLC and you don't have an EIN, that's A-OK, friend. Use zenbusiness.com, and then right after you have signed yourself up and you started an LLC, go ahead and sign up for their Zen Business Grant Program, all right? So I'm going to show you this website. It says zenbusiness.com. Okay, one second, zenbusiness.com. And let me see. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay, wait. So it says, you see, it said, do you qualify? All right. For current customers, you must be at least 18 years or older, and you must have used Zen Business formation services within the last 3 to 6 months. Okay. You must business type. You must qualify your business to be a private entity. Okay. So it got to be an LLC or, S Corp. Application details. You can only apply once per month. One entry per customer per business. All right. You're not eligible to apply if you have won a previous award. All right. So let's see here. We got so many different small business success stories. Don't forget to go through there and read through the FAQ so you can learn more about this grant opportunity. The application deadline date. All right. It says entries are accepted from January 1st through December 31st, 2024. Applications will be reviewed against other entries submitted within the same month. For example, if you apply on January 3rd, your application will be reviewed alongside all applications submitted from January 1st through the 31st. So every 30 days, they will actually review the grant application, okay? Grantees will receive $5,000 grant access to Money Pro for 30 days and so many different services and products with them. To be eligible, you must be a current customer, at least 18 years or older, and have used Zen Business Formation Services within the last 3 to 6 months. This is why I'm telling you all to use zenbusiness.com to develop your business, okay? You can go up here in the top right-hand corner and click on Start an LLC, and that is where you would actually get started with your LLC and get your EIN and all of your other business formation paperwork. And then you'll be able to unlock the incentive to apply to this grant, okay? So the Zen Business Grant, don't sleep on it. It's something that I've been talking about all year, and we're coming up on December 31st, so I want you guys to go ahead and tackle that grant. Furthermore, not only that grant do I want you to tackle, I will also want you to tackle another one that I've always talked about, which is the Verizon Digital Ready Grant. The Verizon Digital Ready program is a program, Verizon, right? We all know Verizon as the telecom or the communications or like the cable people or the internet people, right? Well, Verizon actually gives back to small business owners on a monthly basis. They give out a $10,000 grant opportunity every month to small businesses. And now in this month of November, on the 22nd, which is the deadline date for this grant, they're giving out a $25,000 Super Bowl and a free trip to the Super Bowl grant, okay? So you get a chance right now in the month of November. If you apply to the Verizon Digital Ready grant opportunities, you can potentially win $35,000 and a free ticket to the NFL Super Bowl in 2025. Crazy, right? So you have by November 22nd to apply to the $25,000 grant with the incentive of getting the free ticket to the Super Bowl. But as far as in the $10,000 usual Verizon Small Business Readiness Program, that is one that will always be around. I've actually spoken directly with the directors of this program, and they made it very clear to me that their mission is to actually help out well over 1 million small business owners get with funding opportunities and educational resources and tools. So they're getting close to that number. They're in the hundreds of thousands now. And that's why they will continue to give out this $10,000 grant opportunity. So this is not just only for Black-owned companies or women-owned businesses. This grant that I'm bringing to you is one that you should be applying to every month until you get it. And it's for all businesses, no matter what stage you are in your company or what sex you are, what race you are, what ethnic group or gender you are, okay? So it doesn't matter. Okay, so you can visit digitalreadyverizonwireless.com. I will show you the grant. Here you go. All right, digitalready.verizonwireless.com. All right, and then as you can see here, and obviously the link to this, to my free grant list is in the description of this video, so that way you can have access to all of the grants that we are going over today. So you can register to the $10,000 grant and get the $25,000 grant with a free trip to the NFL Super Bowl in 2025. Remember, for this ticket, you have by the 22nd of this month, November, okay? All right, and in order for you to have access to this entire free list of grants, make sure you visit medium.com/Superior Shelby, or you can click the link in the description of this video, okay? So we went over Verizon. So let's go over this next one, which is through Beyonce. All right, Beyonce is actually giving out some money to those hair salons and barbershops, okay? So we already talked about earlier this year the Be Good Student Scholarship. That's for like if you are in beauty school, you get $10,000 to finish up school. But they actually have a salon business grant where they are giving out 25 $10,000 grants, which will be rewarded to any qualifying business owners in Atlanta, Chicago, Houston, Los Angeles, and New Jersey, so they can continue to transform their business, right, and impact their community. So applications are open right now, and the applications will close on the 20th. Recipients will be announced on December 20th. 5 grants will be awarded across each market 5 times per year. All right, so that's how it works. You have to operate within one of the 5 markets, which is Atlanta, Chicago, Houston, LA, and New Jersey. Demonstrate a need due to financial hardship. Is currently a licensed barber or hairstylist or cosmetologist for a minimum of 2 years. Has a lease agreement for a salon suite booth or chair, or show proof of a salon business ownership. Been in business for a minimum of 1 year in completion of the application. That's all you need for this Beyonce Be Good and Sacred Salon Business Grant. Okay, so you can visit begood.org. If you guys don't know Beyonce, Be Good is Beyonce's charitable foundation. She's always giving out so much money to especially HSBCUs and young black women. But considering she's created her new hair care line, Sacred, which is her new hair care line, Sacred and Be Good, which is her foundation, they have came together and they are giving out this small business grants. Now think about what that does on the back end for business taxes. Beyonce accountants, they're smart, right? All right, so you can visit begood.org and go ahead and apply to any grant programs that you see that the Beyonce or the Carters are giving out. All right, shout out to Beyonce. We love when the celebrities give back to, us, because we are the ones that push their music, right? All right, so last but not least, I want to talk about a grant that is always around that you can apply to on a monthly basis as well. This is no different from the Verizon Digital Ready grant. This is also no different from the grant that I talked about previous of that, which is, I think it was Gusto. But this one is the Galaxy of the Stars grant. The Galaxy of the Stars grant. Galaxy of the Stars is a nonprofit organization that gives out grants to women and minority-owned businesses, and they give out grant awards of about $3,000, $2,000 on a monthly basis. Now, we usually don't know how many winners they choose. They can choose anywhere between 1 to hundreds of winners on a monthly basis. This grant opportunity is one that you can apply to consistently every month until you actually get awarded. Once you are approved and awarded, it's a one and done. You can no longer apply to this opportunity. You got to give all the other applicants a try. Now, how they usually select grant winners is actually through a random raffle. That's what I'm getting. So you can visit galaxyofthestars.org. This is one that I always talk about. This application actually takes you less than 1 minute. It only asks you for your email, first and last name, your zip code, your ethnicity, your gender, your business status, and if you were referred by anybody, okay? Literally, and I'm going to show it to you. So this is one that you should put on your spreadsheet that you should apply to every month, okay, until you actually get it. There's a couple of grants that I talk about here on YouTube that you guys can apply to on a monthly basis until you win. Not only is it Galaxy of the Stars, but also like Hello Skip, right? Hello Skip is a federally certified nonprofit organization as well that gives out weekly $1,000 grant opportunities. Furthermore, they also give out a monthly $10,000 grant opportunity to anyone who is subscribed to their particular, app in their resource. So don't sleep on these like monthly grant opportunities. Apply to them on a monthly basis because you never know when you get a chance at being picked for one of these opportunities. Okay, most of those monthly rolling basis grants, they actually choose a lot of their winners just by like a random raffle. Okay, so you never know, you might get lucky one month. Okay, so those were all of the grants that I have for you. For you today. You can always book a one-on-one consultation with me, but just make sure that, just to give you a recap of what we talked about earlier in this Zoom call, make sure you have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. With these new DEI laws under the new administration, I want you guys to know that, these minority and women-owned entrepreneur grant opportunities are going to start slowing down because we're under a new presidential administration. So with that being said, it's time for us to start creating more faceless companies. It's time for us to actually have our business ducks in a row and being more formal and more professional when we are delivering our services, products, and our ideas. All right, so I am a master business strategist and executionist, and I have been an entrepreneur for 9 years, going on 10. And I have been writing grants for about 8 years, okay? So this is not my new thing. I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for well over years, a long time, all right? So if you guys want to have reassurance and clarity on whether or not like you are in the perfect position for grants, or like, if your idea, or if you just need some assistance with tightening up your idea, organizing it, and creating an execution strategy, you can book a $47 one-on-one 45-minute Zoom call with me. It's straightforward. We get straight to the point. And any questions or concerns that you have regarding your business idea, or if you just don't know if this is something that you want to get into, then book a one-on-one call with me, okay? I've been a business development coach for a while, and I understand the mindsets or where you could possibly be right now, as far as in with development, okay? So I hope this entire Zoom call gave y'all, or not Zoom call, but this entire YouTube gave y'all everything that y'all needed. I want to open up the floor for any questions or concerns regarding grants, or how do you search and apply for grants or anything like that. So go ahead and drop your questions right now, so that way I can answer any of your concerns. I can tackle any fears or anything that, any doubts that you might have regarding kickstarting a grant writing journey or just getting some business funding, okay? So drop your questions down. Hey y'all. Hey Ash. I'm a small business. Black woman needs help to win a grant. Absolutely. Anne-Marie Campbell. Like I stated earlier, a business plan, you got to start there. You got to have your business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. And how you win a grant is by consistently applying to grants. You don't apply to 1 grant, 2 grants, 5 grants, 10 grants, or even 30 grants and expect for you to actually win out of these 30. No, you have to consistently apply. Remember, these are competitions. So it's not like a first come, first serve opportunity like we saw with COVID small business funding, recovery funding, right? Those are first come, first serve opportunities because the whole entire world was going through a serious global pandemic, right? Where people were dying left and right. We couldn't go to work. We literally were at a standstill. That is a drastic situation, and we are most likely not going to see that again in our lifetime. So to be honest with you, what usually happens in this grant world and stuff, you got to consistently apply. You have to pitch. You have to really be comfortable with getting your service or product or your idea and thoroughly explaining to other individuals what you're looking for. You can't be afraid, all right? So yeah, consistently apply. That's how you win. Okay, will do. Thank you, Shelby. How do you search and apply for grants? So one way that you can search and apply for grants is you can visit these 3 main websites. The first website that I can give you is grants.gov. Grants.gov is the government website for most of those industrial businesses. So if you are a business that's like in the trucking industry, if you are into commercial real estate, if you are into a healthcare or a health tech, if you are doing like medical transportation, non-emergency medical transportation, if you're trying to get some sort of government contract with doing like commercial cleaning, you would actually visit grants.gov to get those type of government cooperative agreements or government grant opportunities. You need to be a seasoned business. You will not find any startup grants there. You will have to provide business taxes. You will need to have your business ducks in a row, okay? In business, I know it's cute to start a business and the LLC and all that stuff, but no, there's like tons of. So for grants.gov, that's for like more seasoned government diplomatic businesses. Now, the next website I can give you is grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is a $40 a month subscription, $40, that's 40 USD. And when you sign up for the subscription, it is a grant search engine that you can use to find different grants in your local area, that's in your business industry, and that is directed and targeted towards you as a woman or minority entrepreneur. So grantwatch.com is where you can go, which is that second grant search engine that you can go to find grants. And then you'll find hundreds of opportunities. The main key point to this is to make sure that you are reading thoroughly in the qualifications and eligibility requirements and making sure that you are the perfect candidate for that opportunity, okay? And then lastly would be helloskip.com. HelloSkip is a federally certified nonprofit organization that helps small business owners, innovators, and nonprofit organizations learn about other funding opportunities in your local area and in your particular industry. HelloSkip is actually the app and the website that I would advise you all kickstart your grant writing journey. If you have never applied to a grant before, and if you have you want to learn more about grants, HelloSkip is the app that I would advise that you would download. Use my invite code Superior Shelby so that way you can have access to well over 30 grants on a monthly basis that you can apply to with this particular tool that I'm giving you, which is HelloSkip. HelloSkip, in addition to it having free different grants that you can apply to, it also gives you reassurance by having AI embedded inside of its app. So for those of you who are not confident or you're not really good with writing or delivering your message on paper, that's okay. You can just simply type in your answer, and then you can have AI assist you with reconstructing your entire answer, which is reassuring you that your answer will be strong enough before you decide to submit the grant application. So Hello Skip is a really great resource tool for you to kickstart your grant writing journey, okay? Now, even though I'm giving you all this free game and all this information is thoroughly explained all through my YouTube, I have well over hundreds of videos here for you to learn all you need to know about grants for free. The game is free, but the hustle is still sold separately. I can tell you everything you need to know until my face turns blue for free. But if you do not execute, then that's all on you, okay? All right, so that's how you search and apply for grants. When you get ready to apply, you can use different AI tools to help you with answering the questions like ChatGPT, right? And then, some grant applications actually do not want you to use AI. So be mindful of that. That's why it's important for you to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video, okay? When you have your business plan, you will then use the information from your business plan that will thoroughly outline your mission, vision, and values. You can simply copy and paste out of your business plan. And in most cases, if you know what your business plan is and you thoroughly read through your actual business plan, you will find that you actually don't need to use ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence tool to help you with answering any of these questions, because your business plan will answer all of the questions that the grantors are asking. Okay. Nakia says, I need help, honestly. Nakia also says, where do I even start? I would love to start finding grants. Okay, so grantwatch.com, Hello Skip, right? You can start with Hello Skip. Where do I apply for a startup business? So Shauna, so are we talking to Shawana? Are we talking about how do you develop a LLC or startup business? Or are you talking about where do you go to find startup grants, right? And I also want to let you guys know, Nakia, Shawana, Montrese, everybody, DEI. DEI is an acronym for diverse, equity, inclusion. That, I know that sounds like some big vocabulary words, huh, friend? Okay, let me break it down for you. The women and minority Black grant opportunities and startup grant opportunities are actually going to start to go away, okay? When you are a startup and you are asking for money, I need for you to have already invested. And I'm not talking about just investing in LLC and an EIN and all of that cute stuff for your business foundations. No, those days are gone. It's time for us to put our big boss draws on, okay? And we got to play like the big boys, okay? So when we are applying to these startup grant opportunities or any type of startup funding opportunities, let's come to the table with some receipts. Let's come to the table with receipts showing proof of us showing commitment to our business idea, service, and product. Let's come with receipts. So what I mean by that is the days of only investing in your LLC, the website, and all that stuff, the foundation stuff, that's not enough. That's not enough. If you are starting a cleaning company, right, and you want to actually create your own cleaning care products, right, where you want to actually like the actual products to clean a house. Well, what have you actually put in? What research have you done to try to develop this product? What money have you invested to try to produce the product? How do you know that this product is actually needed in the market? How will you commercialize this product? You see those questions I'm asking you? I'm asking you those questions because I want you to start developing your business acumen, your business mindset. It's time for us to get more creative. Yes, salons, barbershops, car washes, eyelash businesses, nail salons, lawn care services. Yes, those are all easy to start cookie cutter businesses. And while they do have their place in this market sector, they're going to start diminishing. All right. Because we got AI, we got technology, we got robots that can do all of these things now at a faster pace than a human could. Okay. So think about the future of the particular industry that you want to get into, and how will you be the pioneer? How will you be different from everyone else? Because what makes you unique and different is what is actually needed in the market. You get what I'm saying? So, friend, I understand you want to open up a child care facility, but please, please, please tell me that you have something innovative behind you developing this child care facility. I want to develop a child care facility that will have the top of the line security. In my child care facility, these children will not only come from these public schools that I know they're not learning, but they will officially come here to some top of the notch tutors, right? That have a higher education than the public schools that they're actually going to, that offer STEM programs that we will help them develop in tech. We're teaching these kids after school, we're teaching these kids how to develop, how to make their own games. Instead of them playing games, we're going to teach them how to create their own games, right? So you need to pioneer, you need to be innovative. I need for you to think creatively. And the reason why I'm telling you this, friend, the reason why I'm telling you this is because when it comes down to us going for any type of funding opportunity, they are going to sit on the other side of the table and they are going to ask us some probing questions. And if we do not sound confident, and if we do not have the answers, then we will start to see that number, that small 1%, that Black-owned companies and minority-owned companies, that includes white women too, right? Because white women are minority businesses. So we will see that 1% or that 1 or 2% go down to like 0.5% or zero, completely zero. Okay, so in order for us to have more opportunities and to create more awareness, and this, we have to like really have our ducks in a row. One, let's start with doing a faceless company. All right. I know that I'm the face of Superior Solutions, but trust and believe I own 10 other companies that y'all don't even know that I own. Okay. Faceless company. You have to have a faceless company now because the days of being a Black-owned business and only targeting black customers, you're not going to allow yourself to grow. Trust me, I am a living witness of this. Okay. You're not going to allow yourself to grow. So faceless company, start there. Make sure the logo is flat and professional. No glitter, no bubble letters, no none of that stuff. I'm telling you all of this because I want you to be professional, okay? I want you to be professional, and I want you to develop. I want you to develop, all right? Because the startup business funding is going to be different. A business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video. How do I even make a great business plan? So to make a great business plan, where are the great startup grants for nonprofit organizations? So Nakia, so startup grants for nonprofit organizations. So that sounds like that whole entire sentence, it sounds wrong. You can't be a startup and a nonprofit organization at the same time. A startup is for for-profit businesses. That is a term for for-profit businesses, right? Nonprofit. All right. So if you're a nonprofit, that means you should be doing something right now that doesn't take any money, right? So with nonprofits, I think that so many people are finessed and bamboozled, and y'all think that starting a nonprofit is where you can get a lot of grant money. Yes, you can get grant money for your nonprofit, but like I stated earlier, most nonprofits that actually get money from other grant programs, and that's federally funded, most of those nonprofits can actually show proof of like what they have done and the impact that they've been able to drive in. For example, Hello Skip. I've known Ryder and Hello Skip and that whole entire team since 2019. Yes, I've known them since they've actually started, okay? And Hello Skip used to not give out grants, my friend. Hello Skip was just a simple direct website that you can go to, and then they turned into an app, right? But Ryder and his family, they invested their money, their assets, their intellectual property, their development. He took time out of his day. He, left his career to push forward and persevere on an idea and on a goal that he truly felt in his spirit. I literally had a one-on-one conversation with this man in Miami. He came to Miami to come sit with me on his birthday weekend. And this man literally told me that he's so genuine, y'all. Like, for real. Ryder as Hello Skip Day, I love them. And this man literally told me that he envisions helping so many different people in low income families and startups get funding opportunities. But he didn't have the funding, he didn't have the money to be able to give back. So he did what he could. He used his money, his funding, his assets. He came down to Miami just to meet with me. And at the time, I was doing credit repair consulting. And he came to me. He said, "Hey, Shelby, I see you on YouTube. You're doing really good." At the time, I was really big on YouTube about credit repair and stuff. And then he was like, I don't have money. He has money, but the company itself doesn't have the money to be able to like pay me and stuff. So is there a way that we can share resources? Is there a way we can collab? Heck yeah. Collaborating. Guess what that did for him? Now that puts him in a position to be able to create a portfolio and say, I have collaborated with these different nonprofit organizations. I've collaborated with these different creators. I've collaborated with these different resources and local tools and resources. So that way I can be able to provide financial education, resources, and tools to other small business owners, entrepreneurs, innovators, and also people who just, are low income personnel, right? So he did that during the pandemic time. And then right after the pandemic, right after the pandemic, then that's when he started to blow up, right? Because more and more people were trying to find out ways that they can get their funding and their finances together. So his app became a really good resourceful tool at the time during the pandemic. After the pandemic happened, now Ryder goes to banks and asks for, funding from the federal government, and they will give him the money. And now he's giving out well over $14,000 to $15,000 on a monthly basis to any type of startup company, business owner, as long as you are signed up for HelloSkip.com for free. So take his story, take his timeline, and be mindful, be demure. Be mindful, be cutesy, be demure, friend, of how this funding opportunity or this funding journey works. It's a timeline to this thing. Okay, what are you going to do right now? What can you invest right now? What can you do right now to show commitment to your idea? And then can you show us some receipts or something of you investing in this product that you're talking about that you want us to put, to use, So that's all. I'm hoping I'm giving you guys clarity. If I'm giving you clarity, drop some hundreds in the chat, some fire in the chat, because I'm hoping that you guys are understanding what the future looks like for startup funding, right? Because not saying that you can't get it. I'm saying it's time for us to change the way we get it. All right, it's time for us to change the execution strategy. Okay. Not necessarily you can request grants funds from your state. I started a nonprofit. I started a NFP in my state. I had provided a plan to provide work, and I was giving grants based off of that. Don't be discouraged. Absolutely, absolutely right. And so, but also each state is different, right? But be mindful that it comes out way better when you come to the table with, oh, this is what I already been doing. The money that you're giving me is just adding more. It's fueling more. You know what I mean? So I want you to. Yes, you can still go for funding with having nothing, without receiving any type of money or anything, or without you even investing. Yes, you can. But for the ones who really do want to win, and you want to win more opportunities, and you don't want to like half-ass it, because that would be half-assing it. I'm being 1,000 with you, respectfully though. So if you want to really put yourself in top, go ahead and do what you can right now and show that you are a resourceful entrepreneur, a resourceful community leader. Get what I'm saying? Because when you showing that you are a resourceful person, then you can get more grant funding, because it's like, oh, if she already doing this, or if he already doing this off of $2,000 or off of their own funding that they make, or their 9-to-5, then if we give them $10,000, who knows what kind of impact that they can drive, right? Because they are such a resourceful community leader. Right? So that's just, we're going to do things, in a different way. Like I said, it's not that the future for funding will change, and we need to evolve with it. All right? That's just simple. That's simple. Let's stop pulling up to these places with projected income. numbers and stuff like that. Let's just like actually give them some real numbers, okay? These are projected, yeah, but this is like my actual business bills. This is what I've actually paid. I've signed up for this subscription. I've done this. This is how much all of this stuff costs. I've already started breaking ground here, so I need some extra money to complete this zone, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, right? You can definitely get a grant for it. Definitely go in phases too. I had a consultation yesterday with a client, and he was like, we need about $2 million in funding because we want to develop our own laundromat in our area that does not have a laundromat. Like the closest laundromat is literally like 5 miles away. I said, oh, okay. So how about this? It come out better if we actually break it down in phases and then we go for the funding in that way, because you don't want to scare off the grantors or the other people, even though they know that you're getting into commercial real estate. Considering that you don't have your own like other locations, right? And this is like a brand new location, brand new startup, and this is a new thing for you, brand new business. You've never owned a laundromat, so this is your first time. Let's break it down in phases. So the first phase, how much does it cost? What is the timeline for that? And what is expected to be completed within the first phase? And then let's go for the funding requested amount for the first phase, right? Because we don't want to scare them off, right? So I wanted to bring that to you guys. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I wanted to bring that to y'all because I know some of y'all are like, oh, I need $1 million. I need this, I need that. But, break it down, all right? Break it down so that way and when you break it down in phases, that shows that you clearly have an execution strategy and you know exactly where you're going to put this money to, right? So do it in that way, friends, okay? All right, so do we have any last questions before we get out of here? This has been like a really good like grant call, a really good like grant quick Q&A session towards the end of this live stream. I'm so blessed to have you guys here. I'm so blessed to have you here. And while you're texting your last minute questions, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me to give yourself clarity and reassurance on your new business idea, your nonprofit organization, whatever it is, friend. It's only $47. It's a 45-minute recorded Zoom call, and I share with you so many resources and tools. So if you want to, book a one-on-one call with me, learn more about grants, and just get yourself ready for these funding opportunities, you can visit superchargemybusiness.com, www.superchargemybusiness.com, or you can text the word grants to 855-731-1487. That is my phone number, 855-731-1487. You can always text me, and then me or someone from my team will text you back with the direct consultation link so you can book a one-on-one with me, okay? Glad to see you made it. Watch your journey. I'm looking to reinstate my nonprofit, and I'm in need of operation costs and fees. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, how you get the operation costs and fees, you just simply need to go to your Secretary of State and see what that looks like. You can actually call the Secretary of State and you can ask them, what are the costs and fees for me to reactivate my nonprofit? And then for the operational costs and fees, like when you're actually operating, you need to have a kumbaya, get you some coffee, some tea, or a little wine, sit down, okay? And then just jot down some stuff. This is not supposed to be a hard thing. I want it to be very easy on you. Developing your business is supposed to be fun. This is something that you really want to do, right? So on your extra time, sit down, get out your notebook, and let's just jot some stuff down, all right? Jot some things down, okay? I have one just joining. I'm a 501c3 nonprofit for reentry. Any grants for reentry? Any grants for that? I'm pretty sure there are grants for that. I went over a couple of grants earlier, but there will always be a grant for any nonprofit organization, right? You just need to have your project pitch. So as long as you explain what your project pitch is, what you are doing consistently, and how much it costs for you to operate, right? Operational costs. And, what's your funding request amount? Like, why do you need the money, right? Do you need the money and why? So I was denied a grant because my budget was 600K and I asked for 20K. They said my budget was too big, so can I correct that? I mean, if the grantor allows you to go back into the application and resubmit it, then yeah, but not all grantors. I mean, it's up to that grantor, right? It's up to them on whether or not they allow you to, resubmit a new application or to change that, right? So I wouldn't know that, but yeah. Just be mindful of the next grant that you apply to. When grants ask for how you will use the money, what is the best way to answer that question? The best way for you to answer that question is to answer it with passion and also with strategy, right? So how will you actually use the money? That should not be a hard question for you, because you should actually know how you're going to use the money. Like, seriously, I don't even know how to answer that question for you, because it's like, that's a straightforward question. How would you use the money? So you explain to them, okay, so I think what you're getting at is you're confused on whether or not you should provide them with a list of things that you need, like a grocery shopping list, or if you should explain to them in a paragraph like what you need this money for. And I'm going to give you the answer to that. Don't you give them no damn list. They are not your children. They are not your personal assistants. This is people that you're asking money for. You have to beg them in a paragraph. Beg them. Beg them in a paragraph. For our trucking company, we truly take in pride in the consistency with delivering our products on time, before time, in in top-notch condition. We would love to continue the quality of our services by investing in these top 10 areas: education, regulatory fees and licenses, payroll, having a gas safety net, or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, then you will put that information in there. These with your grant opportunity, or if we are awarded towards our funding goal, we will be able to execute in all of these sectors, allowing us to develop in these areas, which will allow us to increase in X amount of percentage in our revenue, so we can move forward with, hiring more people, or whatever your main mission or main goal is for having this money. So you need to know what your main goal is. Why do you need the money? Why? Oh, I need the money because I want to hire more people. Why do you want to hire more people? Because I want to make more money. Not going to be good enough. Okay? Book a one-on-one call with me. We'll work through that mindset. Is it supercharged? It's superchargemybusiness.com. I mean, in general, should I submit a smaller budget to fit the grant amount? They basically denied me because they felt I couldn't do it with the 20K. Yeah, you should. So you need to break it down in phases, like I stated before. So in your business plan, you can actually break it down, break your business down in phases. So the startup phase, it costs us $20,000 because this is the regulatory fees and the operational costs. Phase 2 will cost this, right? Because we're now in this phase, we finally have a physical location, we finally have a website, we finally have something going on, right? We're actually operating. So phase 2 is going to cost us double what phase 1 will cost, $40,000, right? Now we want to scale. So now we want to hire people. We're in phase 3. So in phase 3, now we're looking at about $200,000 because we want to do some accommodations to our physical location. We want to increase the quality of our service or product. We also want to hire new personnel. Phase 4, we're going to need about $300,000 to $500,000. Now it's time for us to really scale. We're going to put a percentage of that $500,000 into our marketing and promoting. We're also going to put a percentage into payroll. We plan on getting more into tech. So now we want to develop an app, things like that, right? So I'm saying that because, if you break it down in phases in your business plan, then the grantors will take a look at your business plan or your pitch, and then they will say, oh, okay. And then you will specify on the application where you are and what stage you are in your company. Are you on phase 1, phase 2, phase 3? And then they can say, oh, okay, so she's on phase 2. She needs about $150,000. Okay, cool. Now we see. All right, so that you kind of want to break it down like that, okay? Yes, a business proposal. Absolutely. Right? I hope that gave you all some clarity. Well, I didn't know that thing, Shelby. You are so welcome. Yeah, break it down so that way they won't be afraid of ya. All right. And it's so much easier for you to walk along the steps. Like, you know, it's literally giving you clarity on your business plan, right? Break it down in phases. So that way you can know what phase you are in your company, and then you can know like what you're missing, right? It keeps you on the right path. All right. I know a lot of the times we just like start our companies and then we're like, okay, oh shit, now where should I go? And it's like, well, you got to keep moving forward. You got a business plan. We didn't create a business plan for nothing, all right? So break it down in phases, then we'll be able to move forward. Then you won't be scaring off the investors or anybody else, okay? Also, think about getting investment capital, all right? Investment capital is something that I don't always talk about, but I'm going to start to open up the idea and open up the floor for investment capital and introducing it to you guys, because I'm actually going for investment capital myself. So I'm going to be sharing with you all my journey, me doing different pitch competitions and stuff. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So, you know, I ain't scared to share my ideas. It's either you're going to pay for it or you're going to put the money towards it or you're not. If they don't put the money towards it, it's okay, because either way, I believe in my idea. So I'm going to keep moving forward to get the money to do it, right? But I want to show you guys like what this world is like when we're talking about, you know, getting investment capital. I know most minority businesses, we like to keep our mom and pop businesses, our small businesses to ourselves. And, you know, we want to keep it in the family. But when we're talking about investment capital, you will have to sell the piece of your company in order for you to scale and make it commercialized. And if you don't want to become a big business, then you need to step aside and allow us to just go ahead and move forward in the limelight. Because small businesses, we're going to come to a point where, just like in personal finances, you either gonna be a big business, you're gonna be a big business, or you're gonna be a worker at this point, pretty much, you know, because that's just how it's going. All right, so I want you guys to be prepared. Give contact information again, so you can visit superchargemybusiness.com. That's my website. I have testimonials there that will give you clarity on my services, and you can book a one-on-one call there too. Can you teach us about business credit, please? Yes, I can in another video. How about tomorrow? Maybe we can do business credit tomorrow. Okay, cool. Cool. How to start a business that's nonprofit. Give them a budget for the business, but still carve out money for me to live out of that money. So how to start a business that's nonprofit. Give them a budget for the business, but still carve out money for me to live out of that money. I don't get it. Good day, sister and family. So are you asking like, how can you start a business or a nonprofit to be able to give other people somebody? So like, no, that's not what you do. You shouldn't be a business owner. Or maybe you should get into a business that only makes money, like trading, stocks. Yeah, like getting into like something that only makes money. Like if you just trying to flip some money, get into stocks and trading. Yeah, like for those of you who just want to make money, like get rich tomorrow, why won't you invest the money that you have into stocks? Do y'all want me to teach y'all about that? I have a full investment portfolio. For those days I feel like I want to be like Young Jeezy and I want to chase the bag. Yeah. You could do day trading. And that will actually bring in so much more money than any real estate investment, any real estate deal could bring you. And this is actually the perfect time to invest into stocks and trading too, because what's going on in politics. Yeah. Telling y'all. Yeah, I have a small portfolio. I'm telling you. I even have a small portfolio. Stocks, having a stock portfolio, we got to talk about that later this week or probably next week, because tomorrow we're going to talk about business credit. But because tomorrow's Saturday, yeah, next week we might need to kickstart, you know, some different ways that y'all can make some money, because I've noticed that some of y'all in my audience are like, you know, you want to start a business, but you really only want to start a business because you want to make money so that way you can live. And that's not how this works. So I don't know. Entrepreneurship, like your first 10 years, you're going to be broke. Not flipping. If I want to help other people with my business, like starting a community resource center, the time I spend in that, I will not be making money. Yeah, you don't make money. It's a nonprofit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a nonprofit, so you don't make money. You're not supposed to. You're only supposed to be focused on the vision, which is giving out the resources to the community. So if you're trying to develop a nonprofit organization where you are developing a community resource center so that way you yourself can have, those resources at the tip of your hands, what are the chances of you actually like the best way I can say is like you could get a grant for that, but keep in mind and be mindful, be demure, be mindful that each state and local government has its own community resource center. So you will actually be in competition with them. So you'll be in competition with the government in a way. Mm-hmm. Not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying that if you are not already a community leader that have at least 200 to 300 people following behind you, I mean, like you can set up a shop at any park in your state, in your city, right? A community leader is, I can go back to my city and I can do a free financial literacy class on the beach, and I can bring at least 50 people to this beach. And when I bring the 50, they will be sitting there texting other people, telling them to pull up. And by the time the end of this thing, at the end of 4 hours, I would have had it'll be a whole block party. That's community leading. So can you do something like that? And if you can do something like that, then start somewhere, right? Start with doing like a barbecue day or something like that at like a park. Bring people together and bring those resources that you already have so that way you can show that you've already been doing community leadership. You've already been doing community resource, things, right? And then you'll be able to like go for more grants and stuff and get approved for it. I need and want to buddy up on projects. Oh, this is dope. Anyone in Minneapolis, I need and want to buddy up on projects. This is super dope. If you guys are in Minneapolis, Bolden Unchained, all right, who's in here wants to collab. So definitely. All right, y'all. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I truly do appreciate you all for joining me here today live on YouTube. We had a really great session. Make sure you go back and watch this entire Zoom, at least the first 30 minutes of it. The first 30 minutes, we're going over like, all of the grants that you can apply to today. In the link, in the description of this video is the actual link to my grant list that I went over today. So make sure you access that grant list, all right? Sign up for my blog, which is medium.com/Superior Shelby. And then also, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me. Visit superchargemybusiness.com or click the link or the information that's in the description of this video so you can access, have access to booking a one-on-one time with me, okay? There's a need for supportive housing for women and children. I get referrals all the time. There are nowhere for these women with children to go. I have been doing claws for 6 years now, or I have been doing this. Okay, I've been doing this for 6 years now. Awesome. So put those receipts together and go for those funding opportunities. If you've been doing it for 6 years, you should definitely have some sort of like experience with getting grants or something, because like 6 years without getting grant funding for community leadership, yeah, I don't know. We got to see. So I'll see you guys on the other side of business. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow in another video on live tomorrow, same time tomorrow. I think it's 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time for y'all. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, and we're actually going to dive deep into business credit, okay? I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Bye.